Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Mob Psycho 100, episode 11. Yes, we're getting very close to the season finale. Well, not season finale, to the finale. Because so far it's only, one season. I think there is information that there is going to be a second season. And yes, obviously I'm going to watch something like that. But until, of course, it's out, I have to make do with only this season of only these 12 episodes, which is really a shame, let's be honest, because it's a great series. It has great effects, great characters, a great plot. Yes, from the beginning you don't get anything. The beginning is just showing off how powerful and overwhelmingly strong Mob is, and I mean in the Esper side. But of course, in the end, you have now that you establish Mob as this character, and not only his power, his characteristics, the way he moves, the way he behaves, how he sees the world around him. Now that you establish all of that, we can get into something a lot more interesting, a more interesting plot in this case. But now, speaking about the last episode, episode 10, yeah, the shocking last scene. It's that shocking. It's just unbelievable. I wasn't certain of anything. Hell, you saw my reaction back then. You saw how utterly confused I was when I just found out that actually Raging is the leader of Claw. Are you kidding me, man? It's just mind blowing. Seriously amazing. And yes, my feeling is that the episode was just a setup for that moment. Not a bad setup. It is an amazing setup. And yes, this is not the first time that the episode only function is to get a punchline or get something in the end. Because yes, we have seen that with the Body Improvement Club joke. That yes, the whole episode was just the build-up for the joke, for that punchline. And yes, this episode was kind of hyping up the fact that yes, Regine is the freaking leader of Claw, and not just a divisional leader. No, the main boss of Claw, of all the organization in around the country or around the world, he is the biggest one. So yeah, it is completely unbelievable, but it's good plot, is good development. It feels weird, especially because, as I said before, I ask certain questions. I asked how the hell did he hide everything from Mob, or why Mob couldn't feel it, or he was just pretended, or he just created a facade or something like that. I am still having my doubts. Hopefully, this is going to be explained in the future, especially in this episode, or maximum the next one. And yes, again, I'm shocked. My mind is blown. I am still not entirely sure what the hell feel or what the hell think about the last episode. But yeah, it's unbelievable and it's great. And this is something that this series does so well. The way it drives you to some place only to change it and to give you something amazing. Yes. Again, I trust One because One has delivered amazing scripts. I trust One in the development of these characters, and yes, I cannot wait to see the next one. So yeah, let's just cut all of this and watch the next episode, shall we? Oh, okay, that is just cute. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a problem. But he cannot use his powers. Oh, yes, he trusts. Yes. Oh, yeah, this is exactly how Mob feels, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, this is so warm. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, this is cute. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I get it now. I freaking get it now. Okay, okay, I get it. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, God damn it! I was deceived. Okay, I get it though. That's inferior. Oh god, yeah. Oh god. Okay, I was completely deceived here. Yes. Raging is here. I love you. Oh, yes. Yes. To the boss. He's not away. Yes, exactly. This top secret. Okay, this is a really funny episode. Yeah, yes, he's amazing. Yes. Ooh. What is this? Yes, exactly. Some efficient pawns. We'll die too. They don't care. Yes, exactly. Oh, yes, exactly. Yes. Oh, he's moving everybody. Yes. Yes. Run away. Oh. Of course. Oh. What's going on? I had no idea. Yes, they're pretty powerful. Oh, yes. But Mob can do that too. Oh. Oh, a TS for dropkick. Yes. One of your special techniques. Yes. Yes, he's weak. Pathetically weak. Oh. Yes. Oh. Seriously? Okay, what? No, there is nothing there. No, he's not. He's a fraud. Really watching this? Oh! Hypnosis spot! yeah. What's up with that? Oh, yes! Yes, he's good at that, that's true! Yes, that's true! God, okay, yes! Yes, I get it now! Yes! Yes! Of course! Why I didn't see that before? Yes! Exactly! Oh! Yeah, only Bob can do that, yes, or perhaps... Oh! Okay, this is a full Esper fight! Holy! Dude, those effects! Oh, okay! Damn, showing off! Oh, the wig! But it looks better without the top part. Yes, it looks better that way. Yes. An evil spirit! Yeah, that's it! Thank you, Mo! Yeah, that's it! Candy Chan, what the hell? Holy, that's a... No, don't use all the power, because that's too much. Oh, okay, yeah, Move isn't... Oh, boy. Oh, crap. Are you serious? Oh, crap. Oh, okay, that's a very dangerous one. Oh. What? Yes, that's true. Okay. Oh, the name... This is okay. Yes, that's true. Oh, this is the speech. Oh boy, again, this is something I cannot believe it. Oh, okay. I'm pretty busy, you know. Yeah, that's his power. Yeah, that's how he figured it out. Of course. That's how, yeah. To exercise him, yeah. But he was kind before he even gets something. Okay. Okay, I get it. Oh! Oh no! No, you didn't! No, you didn't! And of course it's going to... Okay. Yeah, this episode... Okay, it changed in a good way. Because yes, I was asking for answers and they deliver those answers. But again, with a cliffhanger, man. I hate cliffhangers. And I want to watch it, but yes, I have to wait. Oh, okay, yeah, this was a marvelous episode. It has good action, but it had something else. And yes, I'm going to speak about that in my commentary, but of course, first I'm going to watch this again, and well, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 11th episode of Mo. Yes, I feel kind of a fool by believing that Reiji was the actual boss of the Claw organization. Yes, those twists are so good because, yeah, last week I was 100% sure that he was the leader. All the information that was given to me was that yes, he was. But I never take into account all the possible outcomes for that. All the possibilities for that outcome. Yeah, all the kids are, of course, bowing to him, and the way they can feel the presence of this, this esper, let's say, the weak espers, the kidnapped espers, and of course, yes, the imagery that they gave me in the last episode was, of course, that Reggie was almighty, all powerful, and he was deceiving everybody. And he has so much psychic power that he was able to hide his own identity and create this facade for Mob to read into this facade. There are several things that I did not understand. And yes, several things that never made sense for me. And hopefully this was going to be explained in this episode. That's what I thought when I saw the last video. I trust one into delivering a good story, a good plot, good characters. Hell, not good characters, excellent characters, and all of that. I trust one to deliver something great. And that's why I said, okay, if there is a good explanation, which I'm sure there is, yes, I will buy the fact that Regine was the leader of this claw, of the claw organization. Sure. And I was thinking all the week that, yes, there must be a good explanation. There is something always in my back of my mind, but this doesn't make any sense. How the hell Mob did not figure that out? How it was, even when he was in danger, he never did anything. Yeah, all those souls. But I always told to myself, one has an explanation, and yes, all of that. Yes, he did have an explanation as to why Mob never figured it out that he was the claw leader. Not the one I was expecting, but that speaks volumes of this anime. Again, I was completely deceived, but I think it was worth it. I think it was great. Those last few minutes of the last episode were amazing, and yes, it makes me think of the series all week until, of course, I watched it. I watched the next episode. Yeah, it is, again, amazing the twists and turns that this show is having. Anyway, yeah, in the moment the anime started, of course, we're seeing Regine taking a cab. Going to, wherever Mom is, because yes, he doesn't know exactly where he is. Luckily, he could find it thanks to the GPS. My guess is, I don't know if Mom turned it on just before leaving the place or for him to be located. I don't know exactly. But yeah, he was able to locate him thanks to the GPS. But at the moment you see him on a cab, you start to suspect, okay, the leader, if now you're going to reveal your true colors, the leader is not going to be transported in a cab. And that's when my suspicions start to appear. Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous because, yeah, the first few seconds were, yeah, certainly, he's the boss, somebody else is driving, but why the hell will he need a GPS? Anyway, yes, the taxi driver is kind of scared because, yes, it's a very isolated place, and just Regine goes to his destiny, let's say. Then, of course, we saw a little bit of a flashback, the story between Mob and Ritsu. I was going to investigate if it's true that the moss only grow in the north side of the trees, but I figured out that this is not the point of this scene. The point of this scene is you can see how Mob start to always trust his little brother, that he is smart and he can use his abilities to find a solution of a problem. Yes, Mob could have escaped said situation if he used his psychic powers. He could float, go in the distance, it's this way. But no, Ritsu is not relying on any psychic powers. He's using his smarts and he's using very well his intelligence, and he's figuring out a way to get out of this terrible situation, these lost kids, and without panic, without overusing his powers, anything like that. And yes, that's why Mob respects and admires Ritsu, respects and admires his little brother. And when, of course, Mob wakes up, he's in a room and he hurts his head, but of course, luckily, or hopefully, it's nothing very dangerous. And we saw, again, the reunion of the brothers. Ritsu is kind of nervous, kind of scared that his brother is hurt, and he wants to apologize. He really doesn't feel well because he was a douche. He was a douche when we start the brother arc, when he started to develop his psychic powers. He was, and yes, he was a complete douche in that moment. But now he feels bad because he's guilty, or he believes that he's guilty of the situation they are in. Thanks to him and overusing his powers, his brother is inside of this cell alongside with the friend of his brother. He doesn't know anything else, so yeah, he's feeling guilty. And yes, he cannot even face his own brother. He cannot look him in the eye. He's waiting for something else, a reprimand or something along those lines. But what Mob did was just hug him. Because he's so relieved to see him well. That again speaks volumes of Mob. Mob is this kind, innocent soul that doesn't want to hurt anybody. That's why he wanted to control his power in the past, and he wants to control his powers now. He doesn't believe that he is superior to anybody else. He just wants to live a normal life. He just wants to be happy and content. He wants to be a better person. Hell, yes, being happy and content, I think, is kind of an insult for Mo, because he doesn't want to stay the way he is. He wants to improve himself. So he's trying things that will help him to improve himself. Again, this is something I love about Mo. He is not superior to anybody. Even if he has the most powerful psychic powers, even if nobody can come close to his level, he doesn't believe that he is some kind of a god, that he's going to abuse his power. Because in anybody else's hands, said powers will be abused. But in his, he's not a bad person. He is really trying to control himself and not using his powers as much. Yes, he's going to use it for mundane stuff, like saving somebody else, or holding something so it won't break, or perhaps reaching some place high, or some stuff like that. But I do not believe that it is in the heart of Mob, in the mind of Mob, to abuse his powers. Of course, they are locked inside of this cell, which doesn't allow them to use their psychic powers. They need to wait for a moment, and we see again how Bob is trusting so much in his brother. Yes, because he's smart and he can help them escape. This is, again, a very sentimental moment for the brothers, because yes, even though you treat him like trash, because in some point, yes, Ritsu treat Mob like trash, he doesn't care. You are his brother, and he's going to respect you, and he's going to admire you. And I love this finish for the brother arc. We're having now a more compassionate person. We're having a more sympathetic person. No more frustration, no more anger towards anybody else in the hands of Ritsu, because now he feels content with his life. My guess is going to try to improve him. Yes, but of course he's not the point of this anime. But again, I love the development of the characters. In this row we have 3 characters that keep developing themselves, and I love it. I really love it. We saw, of course, again, the main bosses of Claw, at least of this division. They are discussing, and we're focusing on the little kid that doesn't have any scars. He's supposed to be someone in training. But my suspicion that he is the most powerful one in here. That's what I suspect. I don't know much about him. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going to happen with him. But hopefully all those answers will be given in the next episode. Okay, yeah, we're getting the outside. And yes, I love how Raging, without even knowing anything that is inside that place, he suddenly can become the boss of all the division of Claw in seconds, in the minds of these lackeys. Everything that is said in this scene is just wonderful, and yes, you can see just how charismatic is Raging. He is amazing at that. And the way he speaks convinces these kids that he is the boss of Claw. That is how Raging is amazing. And yes, I understand now what something you said, but I'm going to talk about that later on. He enters, of course, and the rest is following because, yes, they believe he is the boss of Claw. Because, yes, even with this kind of use of words, that I'm just here to speak with my subordinate about work. And yes, they believe that, oh, the subordinate. Oh, God, we are the subordinates of the division, of the leader division or something along those lines. But if he's going to start business with some subordinate, then hell, he is the boss of our boss. Therefore, he's the boss of all of us. Yeah, again, the amount of coincidence that are in here are amazing. But with this guy, I spoke this in the last episode, that, yeah, I don't like when coincidences are in favor of our hero. I don't know if it was in the mob episode or even, I think it was in the Wakfu episode. I think. I'm not exactly sure. I think it is Wakfu. But I said this. When coincidence happens in favor of the heroes, and that's how they were saved, that is something I don't like. But when they are against the heroes, yes, that is something I enjoy. I think it's better writing. I said that. And this is a coincidence, because all that was speaking was just an amazing amount of coincidence that happened and let them believe that Raging is the boss. But this works. For Raging, this works. And it's not for writing, because this is not how they were saved, at least not the protagonists. Something else happened later on that, of course, lead them to their salvation, or kind of salvation, let's say. But it's not exactly this. And yes, they enter and they report that the leader is here. The leaders, of course, the bosses of this division, they don't understand how the hell is he here, because supposed to appear next month. Raging sees the weak espers that escape. They were about to be captured, but of course, thanks again to Raging and him being the boss, they were safe. They could run away without major problem, because yes, he's the boss, you must obey him. If he says release them, you must release them, because he's the boss. Again, the amount of coincidences that happen here are unbelievable. Yes, they were safe, and we're going to see the rest. Because, yes, this amazing speech, before we see the rest, this amazing speech that was given by Raging is unbelievable. How, if you even reach the top, but not with the right methods, the only thing you're going to see back then or down there is the field that you created. And that's amazing. It's so true. Raging is amazing, and it's growing and growing and growing. He's among my favorite characters in the show. He's still not there, but he's close. In this moment, when he's speaking with the rest of the lackeys, we're seeing again the plan of escape from Mob and company. That yes, they need to wait until they come visit them, so they can escape using their psychic power. Yes, they cannot use it here, but in some moment they need to see them or watch over them or something along those lines. That something or that moment happened in a few seconds later. When Reggie and the rest of the lackeys appear in the cell. Yeah, of course, Kageyama doesn't know Kageyama. Kageyama is the last name of Ritsu. Yeah. No. Teru, don't try to learn names that you don't. Okay. Teru is actually wondering, who are you? How do you know the brothers? And of course the other like, don't talk back to the boss of Claw. And yes, Teru is scared because, oh god, he is the boss, so that's why he could figure out who Mob was. Because he read his mind or something along those lines. Yeah, he's scared because, oh no, we're in deep crap now. But of course, Mob calling him Master. And they are even more scared because now they lack his belief. Oh no, we captured the student of the boss. What did we do? And of course, he took advantage. Taylor took advantage of the situation. Said, oh please, we were kidnapped. Let us go. And yes, this is, again, a criminal act. I say, no, release them, we're going. And yes, again, they still believe that he's the boss. So there, yeah, let's get out of here. And they don't question anything in this moment. They still say he's the boss, he's the one in command, so yeah, let's go and obey. Ritsu is suspecting that he was able to fool them. We're safe now. They go and they escape the cell. They can use their psychic powers freely. But that's when they encounter the real members of Claw. The most powerful ones, that's my guess, the 4 most powerful ones. The Desert Island guy, the guy with the sword, the S&M guy, and of course, the guy with the jar of monsters. This is when the situation gets serious. Well, not yet. We're still not there. It's revealed, of course, that he wasn't the boss. He never pretended to be the boss. He just went along the crap that it was saying. Of course, the boss of this division attacked because he's furious because how dare you to be an imposter and try to pass by as our boss and attacks. Of course, the attack is blocked by Mo and by Teru. Sorry, I forgot his name for a while. Raging is surprised because he never respect this. More espers. He believed that Mo was the only esper. I don't think he even believed that Teru was an esper in this moment. We see how relentless is actually Claw. They don't care about the minions. They don't care about the little grunts. They don't care about that. Of course, Raging being Raging say, escape this place. You're now finally free from the shackles of these evil organizations. Run away. And of course, they obey him because he's a guy who really showed them how could they be better. And that's another point for Raging. He can be a fraud. He can be deceiving people. But he's not a bad person per se. He doesn't, how to explain it? He doesn't want anybody to be hurt. Even his methods, even in previous episodes, yes, he had hit people exactly when they're about to hit him. But that's the point. It was in self-defense. It's okay to attack somebody when it's in self-defense. And this is something that is going to be pointed out in my commentary later on, because this is something I want to speak about. They run away. The other grunts run away, but of course, when Raging tries to do the same, he can, because the path is blocked thanks to the psychic powers of the members of Claw. This is a surprising thing for Raging, and I'm going to speak about this one. The leader of the division starts to attack Mob with the gravitational pull. Mob is surviving this thing, no problem, but when the leader was about to increase the gravity, we saw another of the wonderful, amazing, special techniques of Raging. Oh man, it's wonderful. I love the special technique of Raging. I miss those. And yes, I love how everything has a name. The anti-esper dropkick, the hypnosis punch, all of that. I love that ridiculous name. He defeats the boss of the organization in this place uh, with relatively ease. And I love the sounds of it. It's very funny. But that's the problem. Again, showing off his psychic powers with the coin, start to hypnotize. And yes, the punch, the hypnotic punch. He wants to deal with these adults. After that, of course, after these two punches, when they start to attack, the other guy with the sword starts to attack. And yes, it's amazing that it's just a plastic toy that he created this very deadly weapon. He realized that he made a huge mistake. He's used to deal with adults. He's used to convince adults of anything. He has that charisma. He has the ability of convince anybody from anything. But the problem is he's not dealing with adults. And this is something I realized, of course, when they say, I'm used to speak with adults, or something along those lines. I don't recall the exact words. And that's what it hit me. Reinin is fantastic dealing with adults, because an adult has a level of maturity that, yes, you can accept stuff that kids don't, even if it goes against something we want. If we can go to a certain place thanks to work because I have a compromise, or because I have to work in something else, or I have to do something else, yes, you can accept that. Sorry, I can't, and that's okay. There's going to be another opportunity or something along those lines. You understand. Or if you go, you understand the consequences. You are kind of dealing with the consequences, balancing them out. This is what you're going to get. This is going to be my consequences. What is the best for me? If the thing I'm going to get is better than the consequence, yeah, go ahead, do the stuff. If not, sorry, I can go, or sorry, I must do something else, etc., etc. That's an adult. When a kid doesn't get what he wants or what she wants, they get angry, they get childish. Yeah, that's why we use the word childish. You throw a hissy fit, something like that. You believe in dreams that are really ridiculous. And I don't mean the sensation of flying or something along those lines. Those are kind of fitting something else. But you at certain point start to see, okay, this is not possible for my capabilities. This is not possible for something or another. Yes, we said keep a little bit of a child in you, but always grow up. You need to grow up at certain points. That doesn't mean that you cannot like the same stuff that you liked before. Yes, you can enjoy your cartoons, you can enjoy your anime, you can enjoy the music, you can enjoy whatever you want, but you need to deal with that as an adult, not as a kid. Yes, I know this is kind of weird for me to say. Again, I'm going to take an example of something. There was a study that say, okay, what is the thing that you want to change in your body? And yes, they ask adults and they said, oh, I want to change my face, I want to change my nose, I want to change my belly, I want to change something else. And you ask kid, oh, I want to add, I don't know, I want to have wings, I want to be, I don't know, taller or get something. Yeah, fantastic stuff that a kid can think. And yes, it's cute when you think, oh, yes, a kid wants this. It's understandable. But then people say, oh, yes, that's why kids are better because, yeah, they can think outside the box and they are not ashamed of their bodies and they can be free and all that. And I said, bullcrap. It is fine as an adult to want to change something that is possible to change because the life is giving you a lesson that, yes, not everything is possible. It is impossible to get wings and be able to fly as much as we want. It's impossible to shoot laser through your eyes as much as you want. There are stuff in there that, of course, violates the laws of physics. A kid doesn't understand that. And that's why he's speaking that I want this and I want this and I want this. Yes, of course there is going to be difference from the opinion of a kid and the opinion of an adult. Yes, but that doesn't mean one is better than the other. And he'll probably an adult opinion is better than the kid because the kid hasn't lived enough to give a very well thought opinion. So yeah, that's why, and this is the difference, and this is something I realized in the moment it was seen. Raging cannot reason with these guys because these are kids in the body of adults. They believe that they're going to conquer the world with psychic powers. They are not going to be able to do that. Even in the reality, I don't think there is enough psychic users in this world to really pose a threat to an army or to a nation. They do not understand that. They are still kids. They have the mentality of a kid. And I love this realization for Reggie that yes, unfortunately, he's powerless against them. Because they are not adult. You cannot reason with these guys because that goes against what they want. And if they don't get what they want, they're going to throw his feet. Unfortunately, they are kids with powers. It's if you get a kid a gun, he will not understand the consequences of his actions. Yes, he's going to try to kill somebody who just say mean things to him, or he's going to try to kill the teacher because he left too much work, or he's going to try to kill the cat because he's too much noise, or the dog that bite him, or something or another. That is exactly this. You're giving powerful weapons to a bunch of kids, of the mentality of a kid. And that is amazing, the way this series is portraying that. It's absolutely true. This is absolutely true. These are kids. They believe they have the power to conquer the world. And again, I don't think this is going to happen in this world. There are not enough Esper users for them to be able to take over the world. This, unfortunately, is a realization for Reggie that when it's very, very late. And, of course, the Esper starts to attack. With the gravitational pull towards Reggie, he starts to fly, but Mob saves him. Again, these are spectacular effects. Yes, the gravitational pull is so big that it destroys part of the building. We saw the weak Esper guys in the outside, and we saw the attack from the rest of the leaders of Claw, of this division. Again, the guy who can duplicate himself attacks Mobs. Of course, Mobs is dealing with him with no much problem. He's way too powerful. But once you put that in perspective, yeah, yes, the brother Ritsuk is not able to do such thing. Teru is able, but he is facing now the katana guy. Yes, again, it's a very spectacular fight. It's unbelievably well animated. We're seeing everybody agrees thanks to the mentality of these guys. Teru gets his wig cut, which I think looks a lot better than the gigantic honeycomb wig that he has. And perhaps well balanced, so it won't fall down more often. And of course now the guy who is trying to attack Mob and Raging in this case is of course the guy with the evil spirits. Raging creating another excuse that yes, if there were evil spirits I will be able to exorcise them, but they are not. But of course the guy is overconfident. Oh yes, exorcise them if you can. And I love the next second, bam! Mob dealt with those guys like they were nothing. Because yes, for him they were nothing. And he released his most powerful spirit. Candy-chan, I think it was. I want to see just how powerful that thing is. Because we never saw that thing again in the anime. At least not in this episode. I don't know if Mob dealt with it so quickly that it was not so unimportant. But what we saw is, of course, the growth in the percentage for Mob. Ritsu and Teru wants Mob to attack. They want for him to use his powers. Raging doesn't want that. Raging wants to move the runaway. And this is something very important. And yes, Mob is divided between these two problems: obeying his master or dealing with these guys. And yes, this is a discussion in real time that yes, no, this is the only way we have power against power. No, Mob, calm down. You cannot use your power. It's okay to run away. And these arguments are back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the percentage keeps growing. And just when the percentage reached 100%, because Mob was finally deciding to attack, to deal with these guys, and all his power, and it doesn't matter the consequences for these guys, for the enemies, as long as Ritsu and Teru are fine, and of course Reijin, he's going to deal with them no matter what. And yes, I thought he was going to release his full power. I'm going to see a freaking cut. And yes, I thought that he was really going to release the power. But Reijin stopped him. He put his hand on his freaking head along with his cheeks and stopped him. And say, calm down. It's okay to run away. You need to calm down. You are the only one who is going to suffer in the end. And this comes Mob. You can see the change in the expressions of Mob, in his face. And that's when the title appears. It makes a lot of sense, that title. Then we're again seeing a flashback in which we saw how Mob and Reijin met. Reijin again with his business, and of course he's happy to receive another client, or what he thought was a client, but it was just Mob. He doesn't know anything about Mob, only that he's an esper. I don't think that in this point Reijin understands the real repercussions of an esper. I don't think he believed that he was an esper and I meet Mob. But this is when we saw just how amazing Reijin is. He doesn't know anything about Mob. He just knows, or he noticed, that Mob is in distress because he wants to control his powers and he wants somebody else to listen to him. He is a lost kid in the eyes of Reijin. And he helps him without waiting anything in return. He helped Mob in this case. And that's when he delivered the speech that yes, psychic powers are only another characteristic. Just like being fast. Just like exuding terrible smell or bad odor body, something along those lines. It's another characteristic. Doesn't make you less human, doesn't make you a superior being. And Mob is listening to that. Because somebody else is, in the eyes of Mob, somebody else who has suffered the same, is so wise. That's why Mob respects so much Reijin. And this is the point in which, yes, I finally understood what you mean when you said that the best character in the series just appeared. Reijin is truly that character. All about him. Yes, you can say that he is a fraud. You can say that he doesn't have any powers. Before this episode, he was taking advantage of Mob. Perhaps a little. But when Mob needed help, even if he didn't know, even if he didn't believe that he had psychic powers, even if he wasn't going to take anything from Mob, he helped him in a very selfless way and delivered just what Mob needed. That's why Reijin is just, in this moment or thanks to this scene, my favorite character in the whole series. The guy is amazingly good, amazingly well written. He doesn't have any powers, but man, the impact this man has in this series is unbelievable. And I love how they changed the twist, because yes, it will be a lot heavier, the twist of him being the boss of Claw, with something a lot deeper than just the cheap part of the he's the boss. No. They make him a very deep character. And I love Raging. This episode just cements Raging as the best character of this series so far. He's that good of a character. I love Raging. If I loved him before because yes, he was so charismatic, I love him even more because he's really looking out for Mob. And no matter what, even if his life is at risk, he doesn't want for Mob to release all his power. I don't know if he knows the true extent of Mob's power, but he doesn't want Mob to suffer for his powers. That's how good Raging is. Man, and that's what makes the next scene so much tragic. Yes, he knew that he has powers, and he's going to use said powers in the future for his own benefit. But he is not a bad person. Again, for all the reasons I said. Yeah, thanks to the tea that was dropped. But again, all this build-up, all this amazing character development for Raging makes the next scene more hard to watch. Because you saw an excellent person, you saw a great person, you saw such an amazing character, I don't know if killed or severely injured. I don't know. But that's awful. And I don't know what is going to happen with Mob. Because yes, we saw the 100% and that's the last scene we saw. What is going to happen next? Mob is going to try to respect the wishes of his master, or he's going to go all out. That's what I want to see. Because yes, the last emotion that was released by Mob was the killing intent. Is this still that same emotion, or is it going to be different? That's one hell of a cliffhanger. And I cannot wait to see the next episode. Because this series is getting better and better and better with every episode. Man, Juan is such an amazing writer. I cannot get tired of saying that. All the characters in this series grow so much. Oh man, I love this series. And yes, hopefully there is going to be a second season because I want to see that second season. If the quality is the same. Man, I love this series. But yeah, I think I really exhausted the topic of this episode. It's a really long commentary because it's an episode that deserves it. But yeah, I think I really exhausted the topic of this episode. The only thing I have to say is, well, thank you for your comments, your likes, your views, and your subscriptions. If you want to be a subscriber, click on the button for subscription and the bell so you can get notifications. If you want to share this video, that will help me a lot more. And of course, if you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for your attention, and well, see you on the next one. Bye.